pizza. I wanted to take you around today. I have a couple of errands to run, but I just wanted to do a quick catch up. So much has happened in the last 3 weeks. I don't even honestly know how long it's been. I think it's been 3 weeks. We've been officially moved back from Romania into the US for about 3 weeks. I think I'm just now getting to the point where I can like start digesting and taking in everything. So to start off, we found an apartment, which you can sneak peek behind me here. I'm not gonna do a tour yet because we're still trying to furnish everything, but the apartment situation in America is so different than Europe. And one thing that I absolutely loved about apartment shopping in Europe is most of the time the apartments come fully furnished. So all you have to do is just buy like your plates, cups, towels, things like that. But in America, you have to fully furnish the entire place by yourself. Honestly, it's a challenge because for our situation, being abroad, we really lived our lives to the fullest there. And so we have to be more conscious being back in the States. Everything is so dang expensive here, especially the area that we moved to in North Carolina is one of the more expensive areas, of course. Why am I attracted to bougie stuff? I don't know. Which the rent honestly isn't that bad. Our rent here in North Carolina is actually cheaper than it was when we rented in Kansas City. I think our rent there was like $1,900, and here our rent is cheaper than that. So honestly though, our apartment in Romania was so amazing. I miss it so much. We got really blessed with that situation because to us, it wasn't super expensive. It was 600 euros, which I know is on the more expensive side. The apartment was my dream apartment. If I could pick that apartment up and put it in the US, that would be like, I would build that as my house. It was so amazing. I loved everything about it. Here, like, everything's a little bit less modern, I would say. That's a nice way to put it. I'm not in love with the apartment aesthetic in the areas that we're in, but it's still really nice. The main thing I love is we have a pool and we have a gym, which is amazing. And I literally will spend my entire life at the pool here because we did not have any of that in Romania. It is honestly so strange to be car dependent again because the whole last year, we literally haven't drove in almost 1 year. So now that we have to drive everywhere is so strange to me. If you can see, which I don't know how much you can see, we still have the van. Dakota's grandpa let us borrow the van to bring everything down to North Carolina because we don't have a car right now. We are in the process of trying to buy one. Our plan was that we would take his van down to North Carolina, and then at the end of July, we were going to drive back to Indiana, meet Dakota's grandpa in Indiana because there was going to be a family party that we were doing, and the party actually got canceled. I don't think that I'm going to talk about that right now because it's not my situation. And I don't want to like share someone else's life stuff on the internet. So that event got canceled, and now we have Dakota's grandpa's van. He has our car that we're buying. So we have to figure out what we're gonna do. So I honestly don't know how we're gonna make the swap. Honestly, I'm just practicing my soccer mom life in this giant van, which honestly I told Dakota years and years and years ago, because we have literally been together since high school. I have been telling him since the beginning of time that I will never be caught dead driving a van, but honestly I could see myself driving a van. It's so weird being in a new environment again and just having to get used to safety again. And what I mean by that is I feel like I'm a pretty paranoid person when it comes to safety because I watched way too many scary movies growing up, and I know the crazy stuff that can happen in this world, which is one of the reasons why honestly I stay off of the news and articles like that because it just feeds anxiety. Being in a new town now I just feel like I'm working through some of those things again. Because in Romania, honestly, I never really worried about my safety. When we first moved there, I definitely was very hyper aware of my surroundings. And because you don't speak the language or know the town or anything like that, I think there is just a certain level of uncomfortable, like you're very uncomfortable in that new environment. I feel like it just isn't as safe in the US, and I haven't done statistics or looked up or researched any of that, so that is just based on like me and my experience. One of the things is I don't want to live my life in fear. I don't want fear to grip me and control everything that I do, and so I'm trying to like balance that. Like this whole last year, I've just learned and grown leaps and bounds. It's absolutely insane, like how far that I've come in my personal development. I feel like whenever you completely go away from everything that you've known, it just gives you the opportunity to just open a whole new world. I have really just learned that I was not living my life with intention. In this next chapter of my life, am doing everything with intention. I think relationships will be the hardest thing for me because I am naturally a very caring and kind person, and I want to pour out to people. I feel like before I moved to Europe, I was in a season where I wasn't living with intention, especially in relationships, and I was pouring out every being of myself to people around me, and the energy wasn't reciprocated. And so I felt so exhausted in certain dynamics where I was giving so much, but I wasn't getting as much in return, and it just wasn't fulfilling and didn't make me feel good. So that is something that I'm really evaluating. When you start investing in people that give as much as you give in relationships, it's honestly life-changing, and honestly I refuse to settle for anything less at this point. I am ready to start investing in those relationships and finding those like anchor people that are going to be in my life for the rest of my life. So it's really exciting, really designing that life that you love, and I feel like that's totally what I'm doing in this season, so it feels really nice. I feel like at some point I'll definitely sit down and do an in-depth video on that because there's so much to unpack. But I'm gonna run into Walgreens really fast. I want to show you what the American pharmacies look like because they are so different than the pharmacies in Europe, and now that I can actually show you in person, I cannot wait. Okay, so first we have an entire collection of makeup, which for my 85% male audience, you guys will enjoy this part the most, I think. Look how many cards there are. Do people even give cards anymore? That's like rare. Okay, and then you have an entire aisle full of toys. More toys. Home products, office supplies. So it's so interesting to me that these are like one-stop shops, not just for pharmacy stuff. And the part that I think is the most shocking to me is how many over-the-counter medications you can buy without prescription. If you notice, tax is not included. Here's the actual pharmacy where you get drugs that your pharmacist calls in. And then look, here's more over-the-counter medications. It's hard not to side-eye the fashion here because everyone is very extremely casually dressed down, but I am embarrassed to admit I've already reverted. I have to blur this out so you don't judge me. What are these? Who am I? I'm American now. And it is a safe space with no judgment, okay? I don't want to hear it about the flip-flops in the comments. I had a pair of slide-on sandals and a dog actually chewed them up. It's not an excuse, okay? This is actually real life. So I need to order a new pair of slide sandals, and then I'll stop wearing my thong flip-flops because I know those are vacation only, okay? Was this store in Cluj called Bobalicious. If you live in Cluj, Romania, please go to Bobalicious because it is literally the best thing in the entire earth. So whenever we got to North Carolina, I wanted to find a boba store because every single cheat day, Friday and Saturday, I was going to get boba in Romania. So I found this super cute place. Oh my gosh, this is so much. Am I supposed to mix this together? I feel like I am. I got strawberry popping boba, which honestly I'm kind of nervous. Sometimes the flavored popping bobas can be really terrible, but it looks so cute. I love the color of it. There's something so sour. Oh my gosh, why is that so sour? It's kind of good, but it's so sour, and it has Sprite, and I'm doing no soda. Well, I kind of already broke it, but I kind of already broke my no soda 2023 streak, but I don't really want to be drinking a bunch of soda. Oh my gosh, this is literally the cutest thing ever. Very aesthetically pleasing. And I didn't end up getting anything at Walgreens because everything is so dang expensive there. Like that lint roller, I literally went on Amazon and found a 4-pack of lint rollers for $10. So I'm not buying one lint roller for $1,800 million or however much that was. I'm ready to head back home, and I think I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the afternoon. I have to go pick Dakota up in a couple hours from work since we only have one car at the moment. Can I talk? The sugar getting to my head already. I'm gonna drive back home. I'll meet you guys there and we can wrap up the combo. I forgot to order double boba on this drink, but next time I go back, I definitely will. I really like this drink. It's very sweet. This is a giant boba. We're still on our like cheat meals until our cooking pans come in for the kitchen, because right now we have nothing to cook with. So we are just like eating out until then. But once we get all of our kitchen stuff, we are gonna go back on our strict, if you guys know me, steak and potatoes and avocado toast every morning. And then we'll just do our cheat meals like the Friday and Saturday again. My favorite part about bubble tea is all the bobas, and the best part is trying to suck up as many as you can in one sip. I think that's all of the chatty updates that I wanted to give you guys for the time being. I'm gonna pop off here. I gotta take care of a couple chores around the house. Then I'm going to pick up Dakota here in just a little bit from work. So thank you so much for experiencing life, learning, and growing with me today. And I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Bye.